Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back. And I wanted to go ahead and give a quick Hot Topics video. I wanted to talk about Jaguar Wright. Now, Jaguar Wright has released numerous videos. From what I understand, I don't know this guy. His name is Malik B. I think from what she said, he's like a legend in hip hop. And basically, he didn't get the dues that she felt as though he deserved when he passed away. I think he struggled with addiction. I don't really know anything about Jaguar Wright. She got one song that I know called The What Ifs. The What Ifs, y'all. If y'all ain't heard The What Ifs, The What Ifs came out early 2000s, girl. That song still bumps to this very day. But I really don't know anything about Jaguar Wright. She can sing her ass off. I do know that. So she came out talking about Erykah Badu. Let me say something. Y'all already know how I feel about Jill Scott and Erykah Badu. At the end of the day, I believe everything Jaguar Wright had to say. She pretty much said in a nutshell that Erykah Badu and Jill Scott is some ain't shit bitches. And I believe it. I think that what happens sometimes is we think because the girls got natural hair, or they might spit some gems every now and again, that they can't be an ain't shit bitch. They can be. Or they could have been before. I believe everything she said about Jill, basically Jill her son passed away. I think her son was murdered, I believe. But her son died. I'll just say her son died. Jill didn't get in contact with her. Her and Jill were like best friends at one point. Listen, the thing that stuck out the most to me was what she said about Common. Basically, Common tried to rape her one night. Pretty much. Let me just let y'all know something. If somebody tries to stick their penis in your mouth without your consent, without your permission, sweetie, it's considered rape, or almost getting raped. Right? I think that we all have this, or we all have this perception of Common. Common, comes across as this gentleman, and he comes across as so smart, and he's well spoken, and he's fine as hell. And then so a while back I was like, something ain't right with Common. Something don't sit right with in my spirit with Common. And I started thinking about it. Why is it that every time I look up, y'all swear up and down, a woman can't keep no man? No, baby. Common can't keep no bitch. Every time I look up, Common was dated. He dated Serena Williams, Taraji P. Henson. Forgot about her. Off and on with Angela Rye, Erykah Badu, now Tiffany Haddish. It almost feels like he has to be attached to the hottest girl at the moment. Once it was Serena Williams, then it was Taraji, then it was Erykah Badu, then it was Angela Rye was the it girl, now it's Tiffany Haddish. And it really got my wheels to turning when he was with Angela Rye. I don't know this to be true, but this is just what I put in my head. In my opinion, when people come from two-parent households, and especially for example, I'll use Angela Rye as an example. Angela Rye comes from a two-parent home. Mother and father have been married for 1,000 years. So it only makes sense that Angela Rye will probably look at her mother and father and be like, that's what I want. From what I understand, she loves her mother and father. So I could see her wanting to shadow their relationship. So when she got with Common, I'm thinking, okay, Angela Rye is a woman of a certain age. I think she just turned 40. Common is in his 40s, I believe. So it's now you got this 40-year-old woman dating this 40-something-year-old man. Y'all got together, broke up, got together. I'm like, hold up. Bitch, Angela Rye might be a handful. She gives me she's a handful, right? Y'all know I love Angela. But she gives me she's a handful. But Common, what are you doing? What are you doing, Common? What are you doing, Common Sense? Huh? And so I always kind of just I just kind of side-eyed Common something ain't right with that nigga. Something ain't right. I don't give a damn what the girls say. He just don't sit right in my spirit. So when and I'm not saying just because you are not, okay, let me say this. I'm not saying just because you may not be the relationship type, that means that, you out here trying to put your penis in people's mouth. I'm not saying just because you can't keep a woman, that means that, girl, when somebody alleges that you try to, girl, put your dick in her mouth, that means, y'all get what I'm trying to say. But I believe Jaguar. I do. I think it's sad that a lot of people try to discount what she's saying for, oh, she just bitter because her career didn't take off. Oh, she just bitter because Common is with Tiffany. Bitch, Common been with every bitch in Hollywood, okay? She just bitter. Why she want to speak up now? Like, I got into it with this straight dude online the other day, and on Facebook. And at the end of the day, like I told him, you wouldn't have believed if the bitch came out 20 years and told you. Because y'all don't never believe women. Bitch, y'all still calling the little girls who R. Kelly raped fast. Y'all still saying that the little girls who R. Kelly raped, the 13 and 14 and 15-year-old girls, the one who he was raping on that goddamn tape, who was 14 years old or 15 years, I think 14 years old, and he was 20-something years old, the one he was raping on the tape that we all saw. Y'all still saying that it's her goddamn fault. She was being fast. So even if Jaguar would have came out when it happened and said, this happened, y'all still wouldn't have believed it. When have y'all ever believed? Bitch, 100 bitches that came forward and said that Bill Cosby done slipped Meekins in my drink, okay? Done did X, Y, and Z, and y'all still swerving down every single one of these women are telling a goddamn lie. That man, what the producer Detail, make sure my alarm about to go off, hold up. That producer Detail, I got a few more minutes, y'all, then I gotta go. It's 9:09. I need to be out this house by 9:20. That producer Detail, they say he's been arrested for, like, I think 15 counts of sexual assault and rape, something like that. I think he produced songs for, like, Beyonce, Jay-Z, some other people, girl. And Tinashe was like, "About time." Like, people know what's going on. Nobody says anything because they know what's going to happen when a woman comes forward and says, this nigga sexually assaulted me, he raped me, or he tried to rape me, or he raped me. Bitch, you lying. Look at Michael Jackson. Let's use Michael Jackson as an example. Michael Jackson was a grown-ass man who was best friends with 10-year-old little white boys. And y'all swerving down like ain't nothing wrong with that. Bitch, that shit is strange. Like I said, I don't know if Michael Jackson raped those boys or not. I don't know. I am in the middle on that. But at the end of the day, you can't sit here and say that shit ain't weird. Unless Michael Jackson was some type of mentor, or he was in the Boys and Girls Club and, you mentoring young black men or young little white boys or Hispanic, whoever. That's the only way that would make sense to me. But bitch, for you just to be best friends with some little boy and y'all having sleepovers and shit, no, Michael, that's not what we do. Look at Russell Simmons. These women have come out and told their stories and y'all still say these hoes is lying. Look at Kobe Bryant. Y'all swear now Kobe Bryant can't rape nobody because he's a great basketball player. Or he couldn't have raped that girl because, girl, he's so great at basketball. And bitches throw pussy at him all the time. Well, guess what? Every bitch ain't throwing pussy, okay? We've all heard stories at our job of things happening. Whether it was, girl, Karen said that Dave, pushed up on her. Or girl, Keisha said that Dave, was staring at her breast for, 17 seconds. Or girl, Tiffany said that Dave brushed up against her in the copy room. And what we do, tell the truth. Everybody be like, girl, you lying, girl. That ain't got shit to do with me, girl. I'm just gonna go to work and get my coin and go home. So, yes, is it a possibility like Jaguar, she feels bad? I haven't watched every video. Jaguar feels bad because she was privy to a lot of these things that were going on. But just like a lot of us, it's kind of like, bitch, what do you do? Like, one thing I tell myself all the time, like, girl, you know, I don't know what's going to happen with this YouTube stuff, but if I happen to blow up, I hope that the two things I have is wisdom and courage. You know, I got one of my playlists that I got on my phone is called Strength, Courage, and Wisdom. That's the N.D.I.R.E. song. But as long if I blow up, please have strength, courage, and wisdom. And if I feel like if I have those three things, I always do what's right. You know, but I think that we have to be honest with ourselves. And you know, Jaguar was 20-something years old. Bitch, what would you do if you was 20-something years old and somebody was dangling a record contract in front of your face? If you saw a bitch getting groped, would you just turn your head? Would you be like, that ain't got shit to do with me? I think a lot of us would probably would have turned our heads. Bitch, I'm 22. I'm about to blow the fuck up. I got me a record deal. I know these bitches is probably, you know, in some shit, but you know, that ain't got shit to do with me. We do it all the time, y'all, even at our job. Shit, I don't even want to talk about that. I was about to go into some shit that happened at my job. It happens all the time. And people, we all do the same thing. We just kind of turn our head, girl. We go to work. We heard what Karen said. We heard what Keisha said. We heard what Tiffany said. We heard what Ashley said. We heard what all these women said at work. But girl, that ain't got shit to do with me. Right? You know, Jaguar, she kind of threw me for a loop when she started talking about, hold up. She kind of threw me for my alarm, but hold on, let me turn this alarm off. She kind of threw me for a loop when she kind of started victim blaming, you know, Bill Cosby's, the women who accused Bill Cosby of rape and sexual assault and all that stuff. You know, Jaguar, you kind of lost me when you started talking about that, but for the most part, the shit she said about Common, I absolutely fucking believe it. The shit she said about Erykah Badu and Jill Scott being ain't shit hoes, I absolutely believe it. Absolutely believe it. The shit she said about girl, I'm trying to turn my alarm off on my phone, and my alarm. I mean, I'm trying to turn my alarm off my iPad, and girl, the alarm on my phone go off. That's why the video stopped. To this day, bitch, I still. Y'all don't think it's weird that Jimmy Fallon is connected to the Roots? Like, what the fuck do the Roots and Jimmy Fallon got in common? Y'all ain't never sat back and thought about that shit? Like, y'all don't think that's weird? Like, Jimmy Fallon, the corniest white boy on TV, like, and the Roots. Girl, that don't raise it, that don't make you go, that don't make you sigh out like, I think it's sad that when people like Jaguar, who career probably didn't go as she planned, she was blackballed, when they come out and speak about the shit that happened to them, people automatically sweep it under the rug. You know, like I said, like, oh, she just bitter. Oh, she just, you know, she just mad. Oh, she, you know, she jealous. And it's like, no, that's probably, she probably could be bitter. She probably could be jealous. But that still don't have nothing to do with Common putting his dick or trying to put his dick in her mouth. That still don't have shit to do with the Roots doing the shit that they did. Or Erykah Badu. Or Jill Scott. Yeah, I could be pissed off that my career didn't go the way it was that we thought it was gonna go. But I also can tell the goddamn truth about what happened too. Shout out to Jaguar Wright. I believe her. I believe her. I believe everything that bitch had to say. That bitch, they know. They know. And again, we have to stop with this whole, like, there's a timeline for the truth. Like, yeah, in the court of law, yeah, there may be a timeline. But at the end of the day, that still doesn't mean that the truth isn't the truth. Like, I don't give a damn if that bitch came out 50 years from now. Girl, that still does not mean that what happened in 2001 or 1993 or whenever it happened, that still does not mean that it didn't happen just because she didn't come out. Like I told that nigga online, just because somebody doesn't come out and tell their truth according to your timeline does not mean that it's not the truth. You don't have to accept shit. But I need y'all to keep that same energy, right? When y'all daughters, when y'all daughters start coming forward talking about this happened to me in college, well, you know, some of y'all ain't even raising. Let me shut up. All right, y'all, I'm gone. I need to get out of here. We'll talk about Whitney Houston, and I got some more I want to say about Real Housewives of Potomac when I'm driving to work. All right, bye, y'all.